Operating systems. An operating system is a system software that manages computer hardware and software resources and provides common services for computer programs. Time-sharing operating systems schedule tasks for efficient use of the system and may also include accounting software for cost allocation of processor time, mass storage, printing, and other resources. For hardware functions such as input and output memory allocation, the operating system acts as an intermediate between programs and the computer hardware. Although the application code is usually executed directly by the hardware and frequently makes system calls to an OS function or is interrupted by it, operating systems are found in many devices that contain a computer, from cellular phones and video game consoles to web servers and supercomputers. Types of operating systems. Single and multi-user. Single-user operating systems have no facility to distinguish user but may allow multiple programs to run in tandem. A multi-user operating system extends the basic concept of multitasking with facilities that identify processes and resources such as disk space belonging to multiple users, and the system permits multiple users to interact with the system at the same time. Multi and single tasking. A single tasking system can run only one program at a time, while a multitasking operating system allows more than one program to be running in concurrency. This is achieved by time sharing, where the available processor time is divided between multiple processes. These processes are interrupted repeatedly in time slices by a task scheduling subsystem of the operating system. Multitasking may be characterized in primitive or cooperative types. In primitive multitasking, the operating system slices the computer time and dedicates a slot to each of the programs. Distributed. A distributed operating system manages a group of distinct computers and makes them appear to be a single computer. The development of the network computer that could be linked and communicate with each other gave rise to the distributed computing. Distributed computations are carried out on more than one machine. When a computer is group work in cooperation, they form a distributed system. Templated. In an OS, distributed and cloud computing context, templating refers to creating a single virtual machine image as a guest operating system, then saving it as a tool for multiple running virtuals. Components of OS. Kernel. A kernel connects the application software to the hardware of the computer. With the aid of firmware and the device drivers, the kernel provides the most basic level of control over all of the computer's hardware. Devices. Program execution. The operating system provides an interface between an application program and the computer hardware, so that an application program can interact with the hardware only by obeying rules and procedure programmed into the operating system. Interrupts. Interrupts are central to operating system as they provide an efficient way for operating system to interact with and react to its environment. When an interrupt is received, the computer's hardware automatically suspends whatever program is currently running, saves its status, and runs computer code previously associated with the interrupt. This is analog. User interface, a screenshot of the bash command line. Each command is typed out after the prompt, and then its output appears below, working its way down the screen. The current command prompt is at the bottom. Graphical user interface. Well, technically, a graphical user interface is not an operating system service incorporating support for one into the operating system kernel can allow the GUI to be more responsive by reducing the number of context switches required for the GUI to perform its function output. Real-time operating systems. A real-time operating system is an operating system intended for application with fixed deadline. Such applications include some small embedded system, automobile engine controllers, industrial robots, spacecraft, industrial control, and some large-scale computing system. An early example of the large-scale real-time operating system was a transaction processing facility developed by an American airline and IBM for several airline reservation systems. Embedded systems that have fixed deadlines use a real operating system. Disk access and file system. Access to data stored on disk is a central feature of all operating systems. Computers store data on disk using files, which is structured in specific ways to order and allow fast access, high reliability, and to make the better use of drives available space. The specific way in which files are stored on a disk is called file system. Diversity of operating system and portability. Application software is generally written for use on a specific operating system and sometimes even for specific hardware. When porting of an application to another OS, the functionality required by that application may be implemented differently by that OS, requiring the application to be adopted, changed, or otherwise maintained. Thank you.